In our valley in the Australian rainforest, there is this secret spot. It's a long walk through the bush, but if you wander past the waterfalls, up cliff faces and across rock walls, past spider webs and through a tunnel of rainforest, there is a jungle of monstera. This intriguing plant grows wildly, and at this time of year it sprouts abundant fruit. It is actually poisonous, but it has also been described as the most delicious fruit in the world. These opposing facts attract me as I carefully harvest a basketful. When the fruit are unripe, they are deadly. They are filled with oxalic acid, which is the same substance used to clean rust off metal. These crystals can burn your mouth and throat and cause difficulty breathing. When harvested and eaten correctly, the flavors of the monstera are like a strawberry, a pineapple, and a banana combined. Sweet and juicy, they are full of flavor. They are a common houseplant all over the world, but in this climate they grow wild and have become an invasive weed. Collecting the fruit is one way we can stop the spread of the seeds, and instead encourage native plants to grow. The fruit ripen from the top down, and slowly the interlaced hexagons fall off, revealing a safe and delicious fruit to eat. But without being poisoned, you can't eat more than a small section each day, as it slowly ripens from one side to the other. It looks like a dragon's egg, or something that you would imagine growing on another planet. They are native to Central America, and the name Monstera deliciosa translates to delicious monster. Today, I'm carefully cooking from the ripe section of fruit, and making ice cream from the extraordinary flavor. We are sisters, Julia and Anastasia, and a few years ago now, we chose this life in the Australian rainforest. With the help of our animal friends, we work to restore nature's balance, garden, grow our own food, and live with the land. When we lost our dad suddenly, we realised that it was our turn to care for the land, continuing to plant trees for the generations to come. We wrote a book telling the story of why we chose to live this life in the rainforest. We write about the struggles, the hardships, the beauty, and the joy. It feels like such an honour to share these stories with you. You can buy it through the link in our description or in bookstores around the world. Our favourite afternoon routine on these cooler days is to be outside as the sun goes down. It feels so important to understand the shallow scoop of the sun and to rest in cycles with it. We love to be in the paddock as the day turns to night and the sheep get cuddly and cozy.
So Aphrodite might be pregnant, and I just felt her stomach this morning, and I think I felt a leg or a kick or something. So I think you're definitely pregnant, aren't you, Mrs. Aphrodite? Which means I think if you can feel a baby in there, that means they're like a few weeks or a month off. Oh, your tummy's so big. We actually lost Aphrodite's last daughter, Harmonia, maybe a year or more ago now, and so we've been a bit sad, but this feels like kind of a big moment, like a new start for Aphrodite, because her and Harmonia were just inseparable. They did everything together. They always cuddled together and looked in the same direction. They were so cute. But Aphrodite is actually the granddaughter of the first sheep we ever got here on the farm. And so she's very much the matriarch of the flock. She looks after everybody and is kind of like the big mama sheep. We're so proud of you, aren't we, Mrs. Aphrodite? You're gonna have another baby. I remember when Aphrodite was born, she was this tiny little lamb, just like this big, and she sat in our lap and it was the most special moment. And then now look at her. She's maybe 8 years old or something now, so she's quite old. Hi, Mr. Sapodi. How are you? So when she was first born, Aphrodite's twin, Lanky Boy, was super protective over her. And I remember we called him Lanky Boy because he had these big, long, lanky legs, but Aphrodite was really small. And so he looked after her every step of the way. And when Aphrodite gave birth to Harmonia, oh, Lanky Boy! That's her twin, Lanky Boy. And sheep always do this pawing thing to show affection. What are you doing, Mr. Lanky Boy?
Hi!
I think Lanky Boy must know that she's pregnant because that was so cute. Sapodi, excuse me. But they've always been such good friends, and when Aphrodite gave birth to her daughter Harmonia, it was down in the kiwi patch, and it was this really beautiful moment where after she gave birth, Lanky Boy came in and he gave a kiss to the new baby, and then he gave a kiss on the head to Aphrodite, and it was like he was introducing himself to the new family. It's really so beautiful that we've grown up alongside these sheep. Like Aphrodite's grandmother, no, her mother was our pet sheep when we were around like 12, I think, quite young, and she used to sleep on our veranda and she followed us everywhere we went. And then now Aphrodite's maybe 8 years old and we just know the whole family so well, and we know every sheep and their funny character and personality trait. I think I can feel a kick. You've got a baby with us, Aphrodite. You're gonna have a baby. Oh, this is so special. Hi, Mikey. Are you gonna be an uncle? Beautiful boy. You've got some stuff in your hair. Hi, Sardinia. You're really growing up too, aren't you? You're gonna be a papa. Sardinia came maybe, well, it must have been, I mean, it's more than 4 or 5 months ago now, about that time. And he was pretty young when he came. He was just a little lamb. He's from our friend's farm and she needed to get rid of him. But we're excited because he's a Wiltshire Horn, which is actually a different breed. These guys are Dorper Damaras. And so it's going to be interesting to have his genetics in with the new baby. Maybe it'll be a cute kind of like painted sheep colour, like a bit brown. The sheep have this habit of birthing always on the wettest, coldest day of the year. It's funny, winter here in the rainforest, we kind of only ever get like 1 week or even like 1 or 2 days where it's really cold, and it's just when it rains in winter and we have no sun, because the sun's always so beautiful and warm. But when the rain comes, it can be a little cold, and the sheep always choose that day as the day that they want to give birth. So it's always quite stressful, and we've got to look after the babies. And even they come out, like baby lambs come out pretty small, so we've got to watch out for crows or any other predators that could take them. Goannas even sometimes take them. We haven't had that, but we have heard of it, and we've seen goannas kind of come nearby.
So this is a bit hard because on this side there is an electric fence which is on, which I don't want to get the ladder electrified because then I will get electrified. And then on this side it's quite a rotten beam. So it's a bit of a predicament. This is the shared chicken and duck pen. The chickens live on this side and the ducks live on that side. And its roof has come out a little bit, so I'm just going to wire it back into place and make sure that everyone's happy tonight, hey? Oh, I have roofs anyway. This is where the electricity comes from, and then it attaches to all of the metal part of the pen. So then if a predator comes at the night and it tries to touch any part of the pen, it'll get a little zap which will just want it away, not to try to eat any of the chooks or ducks. And because the pen is above ground, the chickens and ducks don't get a zap themselves. And it also means that all of their poop falls to the ground, and then we can use it as fertilizer from below. Pavlova's going to be happy with her fixed pen. She turned 4 years old a few weeks ago. I can't believe that. 4 years old. No one wants pens.
Thank you so much to our patrons. Your contribution helps us to plant trees, clear invasive weeds, and care for the earth.